Hi guys! When I first started my career as a web developer, there are some points I wish someone has told me before. And today I'm going to share these points with all of you. First point is syntax is simple. Following the concepts is hard. This one is pretty self-explanatory. Don't focus too much on memorizing the code or by learning tens of coding languages. I'm not saying that learning coding languages is bad. What I mean here is learning the syntax of a coding language is pretty much the easiest part about web development. There is no wonder why there are so many tutorials like learn PHP in a day or 30 minutes or even 15 minutes. It is possible to summarize PHP, for example, in a day, but only for a web developer who's already familiar with the general concepts and the rules of web development. The second point is learn to read code. This one I underestimated. Many tutorials were suggesting me to learn to read code, but I never really got the point of that, as it's a boring process when you think about it. I just wanted to jump straight into my projects and just learn while I do. But one day when I decided to sharpen my skills, I gave it a shot, and guess what? It was amazing how much I learned. In the beginning it was difficult, but as I started to dig after each line of code, I started concluding what the next line or function is going to be. And in the first day, I managed to spot some issues with the model's code that I was reading. For starters, you might want to read the code of a module or a plugin, and it's a win if it's related to any of your tasks or projects that you're doing. And don't give up on it, try to learn new ways of doing things and keep a note of everything so you can later on apply those tricks. This will also help you in reviewing others' code later on. My third point is study your tasks. As a web developer, your job is very similar to that of an engineer. So what does an engineer do? They study the projects they are working on before doing anything. They do their calculations, set up a plan, and only after that they start the work. This is not something only junior developers are doing. Studying and planning is essential for all developers. As we grow by learning, and every time you learn something new, you realize how little you know. This is a fact. Also, by planning, you get to have a very organized code. I would suggest you have a look at know.io, which is a free online service for drawing diagrams. It's very simple to use, and in minutes you can set up a good plan to follow. Fourth point is do not leave bad code. Have you ever had this moment that after writing hundreds of lines of code you realize that you should have done things differently? You always have two choices. The easiest is to just wrap it up and deploy it, and the hardest is to rewrite your code the way it should be. Trust me, this will pay off in the future, not only because your application will work, more importantly you will take pride in the end result. You will always happily extend and maintain your code. Also, you will gain more confidence, which is very important. Fifth point is don't give up. Throughout this career, many times you find yourself facing a very difficult task. You should never give up. No matter how big the task is, try to split it into smaller tasks and then carry them out one by one. And trust me, you will get it done. One thing that helped me a lot during these times is remembering what Tony Buzan said: your brain is not a problem solver, but a solution finder. Think about that for a second. As long as you're thinking about how difficult the task is, your brain is all over the place. But when you're actively trying to find a solution for the problem instead, your brain will be on track to find the answer. The doors will start opening. By following these points, you will become a reliable developer, someone who people can depend on, someone that people can fall back to, and soon enough you will be someone worthy of the title of a senior developer. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.